I'm live. So I thought I'd do a little bit of an impromptu dive on. Didn't tell anybody about this one. I just thought, I've just come out of my morning meditation. We're morning here in Cape Town. And I really thought that it was actually probably very beneficial for me to maybe share with you what it is that I work with in the morning, which may assist you massively. Because let's keep it very, very real. The energy right now, as always in my videos like that, the energy is so high. Wow, wow, wow. Much of a muchness, right? But in all honesty, I think that there is a really, really big need now to get very committed to your morning practice. And I say morning because by the time you get to it at nighttime, like with your meditations and things like that, it's not always a winner because you've already gone through, you've come out of sleep state, you've gone into frenetic mind. When you wake up in the morning, you're busy. You got to set the tone in the morning. Do you know what I mean? And even if it's just 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. 10 minutes away from your phone, go and sit in the garden, get gospel and spiritual with your cup of coffee, stare at a bee on a flower. That's being still. But if you have, what is absolute winner, and if you can carve out time for this, I really do say that we kind of need to. We need to kind of like move through a practice of cleaning our energy, grounding, and protecting ourselves as well. Now, when I work with protection, it's not... I'm not fearful of many things, actually. It's not like I think that I'm going to be faced with dark forces anywhere or anything like that. It is just purely to keep my energy balanced. Because remember, what you perceive and where your energy focus goes, okay, is where energy flows. So if you are going to protect yourself in light of the fact that, you think that, there is a big dark entity that's going to take you out constantly, then of course you're actually creating much of a muchness. So you're putting that protection in place because you are fearful, because you think that you're not safe, if you know what I mean. I place protection around my being is because I do know that there is interference. I do know that there is distortions. It's a bit like having a little bit of like clean water and it gets dirtied by something, and that's going to give you toxins and it's not going to feel great. So changing your perspective in your relationship with what protection is all about and why we're putting it there, it's not because we are fearful of life or anything like that. Quite the opposite, actually. We just want to keep our energy field contained. We want to bounce off anything that is negative. It's a bit like being in a soundproof booth. We don't want all of this noise coming in. Like these new earphones now are all noise cancellation. It's kind of like that, really. So you can keep your channel nice and clear. So we don't protect, so we don't block any of the good stuff coming in. We protect because, we want to make sure that all the good stuff can come in, but it's all the shitty stuff that we keep out. And that's people, places, and situations. Okay. So I just want to, because this is going to be like a real short tap in, I'm going to try and keep it to kind of short. But yeah, end of cycles. We've just come out of the Mayan New Year, started a new one. And what I kind of encourage you to do is to really focus on number 7 energy, which is all about completion. Everything right now is end of cycles. On a big way, in a big way. February, March was going to be the turnstile of everything. So really focusing on endings so you can come into your beginning, right? So really, really being fluid with those death, rebirth, and resurrection cycles, right? So take a moment today to journal, because we're on the 29th of February, leap year. Or not leap year, whatever, and we want to sit there and go, right, okay, so how far have we come? Acknowledge your achievements, acknowledge your, because everything is an achievement, acknowledge that where you've got to, and then kind of really focus on now I know all of this stuff. Now, I am this kind of super being now because I've unlocked all this wisdom. I've been through a hell of a time, but I'm not going to, we're not doing that anymore. Really kind of closure. Create the new platform, create the new vision, create the new intention, and go, right, where now I know what I know, where am I going from here, basically? Okay. So take a moment to do that today. All right. So also as well, use the fire. Always use the fire. If you can have a physical fire, okay? We sometimes do this on new moons, full moons, whatever. But if you can have the physical fire outside, or either just get, I don't have a lighter on my table. There we go. Get a lighter, write down your list of all the shit that you don't want and you do want, whatever. Go outside, say a prayer, burn it, use fire to transmute it. You can do that, or actually have a fire and throw all this stuff in there. A really, really easy way to clear and clean, right? So now I'm going to talk about the violet flame. Now I'm talking about fire, actually. The violet flame is such a powerful gift that we've been given. Saint Germain and Archangel Zadkiel is the keeper of this flame. And this power has this flame has the power to transform, transmute, much like Sekhmet's flame. In fact, the violet flame to me is very much like Sekhmet's flame. It's one of the same. So we know that, like, obviously fire transmutes and everything like that. So I'm going to go through a short meditation in this session, but I'm just going to go through the things I'm working with and why. So the violet flame, not only can we transmute, from within all the way to without, I also use the violet flame, especially you conscious creators out there, those that want to co-create with others all over the world, which is very much, we're reaching out to each other now because we're building the new earth. We want to connect with really, really powerful players, as it were, other people that are star seeds and everything like that. And we want to co-create, want to build things, right? So if you are wanting your opportunities to come closer to you, I use the violet flame to not only clear my energy field, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. I also use the violet flame or Sekhmet's flames to clear the pathways and channels, dragon lines, ley lines that may be blocked, which is preventing me from connecting with the right people, places, and situations. So we want to kind of like send it out across the lines as well, which is super, super powerful and very, very assistive in getting you aligned with those particular meetings or experiences, right? So the next thing, obsidian sphere. In fact, hold that thought. So bought this. I bought two obsidian. If you can get yourself a ball like this, or even two, hold that thought. Should have just put these on my desk when I started. These two here. I hold these. Oh my goodness. Power, power, power. Now, obsidian is very, very powerful. It's very different to jet or tourmaline and everything like that. These are very, very grounding, very, very protective, especially for you light workers that are really, really stepping up to the next game now. Like I know I have, since I've like expanded through my Egypt work and kind of like really going on to the next level since being in LA. There's a lot more eyes on me. There's a lot more attention there. And it's like, and that warrants more protection, not because I'm scared of being attention. Distortion. I don't need any white noise in this space, as I just said before. So these are great, assistives to have. The obsidian energy is very, very powerful. And if you kind of scry into an obsidian ball, they say that you can lose yourself very quickly because it's so powerful and so deep. Also protects your psychic vision, which is much like Wadjet. So working with these really helps me create this obsidian sphere around me. So I'm going to be bringing the power of obsidian into the meditation as well. And I'm going to be layering all the different things that I work with. And then the best thing to do is beyond the meditation, go away and just take what things resonate with you, because I've got a few things I'm going to share with you here, and maybe just one of the protection versions or transmuting versions. Maybe that's basically, the only thing that, there's one thing that works for you. So just go with what resonates, but I'm going to chuck it all in a meditation in a minute. Okay. So now, the golden pyramid of Ra. Okay, so that is very, very simple. That is basically a golden pyramid. We call Ra in above our crown chakra, the solar rays. I've used this a lot in my meditations. 4 points, 2 in front of you, 2 behind. That big old triangle can go over everything and everyone that you want to protect. Okay, so that could actually, you could have your obsidian ball, golden triangle over the top of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, why not? Just layer it up, so feel what resonates with you. Okay. And then I call it the protection cross. Okay. Now this is just having your team around you, right? And in this particular meditation, we're going to place Sekhmet in front of us because she's the one who always leads me. And we're going to have Anubis who stands behind. Now, Anubis is a giant. He doesn't say an awful lot, but he stands there with his arms crossed, and he's huge. He doesn't say much, but he's such a massive, powerful protector. So he has such a presence as he stands behind you. To your left, placing Wadjet, who is the snake goddess that sits at the eye of the psychic vision. And you'll see that on Sekhmet and everything like that. So you can put a left or right. Bipolar left, and then you have Nekhbet, her sister, which is the vulture goddess. Okay, she is also a powerful protector, and she goes to the right. So all depending on where you want, but that's where I place my beings. You may have different beings. You may have Archangel Michael, or who I'm also going to bring into this, but you might have different beings like Merlin, or you might have, Kuan Yin or whatever. But I put them here, behind, left, and right. So this is covered, and this is like, I have that there, I have that behind, and to my left and my right. Okay. So that kind of like makes me feel a certain type of way. So let's feel it in this meditation, and then you can actually just play with it and see how you get on. And then, like I say, we ground into Gaia. Okay. So now for all of this magic and everything like that, if you don't ground it, it's not activated. It doesn't mean anything, which is part of, biggest part of our journey is that we're not grounding the energy, and we're not, and without it being grounded, it doesn't activate. It doesn't have its full capacity of power. And quite frankly, we're just messing around with it all. And what happens is, I had it in LA when I was there. I was like, had a terrible headache, and like, there's not an awful lot of woods or trees or anything when I was out there. I'm so used to being in the trees because it's right in my garden, right outside my door, here in Africa. And there it's a little bit like a concrete jungle in comparison to what I'm used to here. So of course, I was getting terrible headaches. I was very third eye, higher channels open because I was talking to people all the time. And that was just a perfect example. So I found this little park, put my bum on the earth, on the ground. Soon as I did that, everything just started to settle down. And I was like, wow, that's the power of grounding, hey? Something as simple as that. Now, going even bigger than that, you know, you light workers with really, really big missions and purposes, you know, we got to call in the big guns now. Do you know what I mean? To hold the bigger the energy field that we're expanding. The game is changing. Our game is changing. We are now being called into service in the most magnificent ways, but it's like next level shit, right? So now we need to really, like, you know, be vigilant in looking after ourselves and making sure that our well-being energetically is certainly taken care of. So we need to have like our spiritual gym, as I call it. Our spiritual gym regime must be honored and must be kind of like adhered to, I suppose, you know? So we'll be going into Gaia. So now I'm going to take you into a short meditation, because like I say, this was just a dab in, a quick dab in for you to kind of like experience it and then feel what works for you and what doesn't. All right. So now, taking a nice big deep breath, I want you to inhale, and as you exhale, just gently close your eyes. So inhaling and exhaling, breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. And I always do the power of 3 breaths, breathing in and breathing out. Now allowing your energy and your focus to start to focus on the lower root chakra. And as you breathe in from the root chakra, allow the breath to rise all the way to the top of the crown, taking a pause. And as you exhale and release the breath, feel yourself journey back down to the root chakra once again. Taking a pause, breathing in, root, all the way up to the crown. Pause, exhale, and allow the breath to release. Focusing once more again, breathing in through the nose to the root chakra. Inhale, rising all the way to the top, and exhale. And just allow your breath to find that slow, steady pace. In through the nose, out through the nose. Scanning the body on the way in. And as you exhale, feeling yourself letting go of what doesn't serve you. And to a certain extent, feeling your physical body just relax a little. Even your light bodies, which is your mental, emotional, spiritual bodies, feel those relax a little as well. And now, as you start to breathe into the heart space. Breathing in and breathing out. And now changing your focus of where your breath goes, you'll feel maybe a slight heart flutter, a little bit of warmth in the chest. Even if you feel nothing, it matters not. Breathing into the heart and exhaling. And as you feel your light bodies expand a little now, we call on the divine protection before we start to work off the obsidian frequency. So the obsidian being jet black crystal balls, or just the jet black. And as you breathe in this very powerful protective energy, start to feel now a beautiful sphere around you start to form. And as you breathe into your heart and as you exhale the obsidian frequency, calling this in, you feel your energy field expand a little more. And as you breathe to a point of expansion which is comfortable to you, pause and hold your energy field there. And visualize a beautiful outer crust, an outer layer of vibrating black energy, which is the obsidian frequency. So essentially, you are like an obsidian ball. And as you tap into this energy now, you sense and feel and know that it is deeply powerful in its protective energy in nature. Nothing will penetrate this which is of lesser, lower vibration. Only the highest vibration will be allowed to enter. and have a sense and feeling of trust and almost like a sigh of relief that with this powerful obsidian energy sphere around your being, you are protected, you are held. Psychic vision is activated through calling this frequency into your being. So breathe that into your third eye. For Black Obsidian will take you to journeys and places that you have never been before. You're always held when you are with Obsidian. And now bringing your vision and seeing now in your mind's eye above you, a beautiful golden sun starts to hover way above your crown. And now as you send your attention and your breath to this beautiful golden sphere, the sun, it starts to ignite and activate. And it starts to send its solar rays, bestowing them upon your being, upon your obsidian sphere. And you feel the two merge and activate, and you feel it just saturate into your being all the way through your energy field, all the way into the core of you. Beautiful gold with the beautiful darkness of the black of the protection. And let's face it, the black is actually the divine feminine. So enjoy that. And now you call for the solar sun to reveal itself as Ra, the sun god, the protector, solar god. And he now shoots 4 points around you, creating the base of a golden pyramid. And now you call in it to be so. Golden pyramid of protection surround me now. And you feel this golden pyramid now encompass your black sphere, your energy bodies, your physical body. And you now say, Ra, I call on your power. Obsidian, I call on your strength and protection to protect my energy field, my energy body, protect my ideas, visions, creations, protect my bank accounts, my children. Maybe the children should come first. But all of those things which are deemed important to you, I protect it all. I protect my home. I protect those that I love. So you may make this request as long or as short as you wish. And then feel this energy just expand and almost like gather up in his arms all that you have requested to be protected and looked over. So there's always, always, always a connection with that. And now, feeling yourself, feeling kind of quite expanded now, we call on the gift of the violet flame. And first of all, you start to breathe deeply into the heart. And as you do so, there is an ember, a violet ember. Bring your breath more deeply now into the heart, breathing in and breathing out. And as you do so, just like breathing on a fire flame, you start to bring to life that little ember into a flame, growing bigger and bigger into your heart. Visualize the violet flame being ignited now. And now it is furiously flickering away. Inhale and exhale and allow the energy now to go through all of your cells in your physical body, your muscles, your organs, breathing the violet flame through every single part of your physical body. Start to breathe it as it comes up through the shoulders, the neck, the head, all the way down through the arms to the fingertips. Now bringing the violet flame deeply into the pelvis, the real center of you. Inhale, exhale, sending that violet flame, burning away all density, anything that does not serve in the physical being, feeling it just like burning like a forest fire, all the way down through the tendons, the ligaments, through the blood, down through the ankles, wiggle your toes, feel yourself just ignited in the violet flame. One more big breath. And as you exhale now, send this through your energy fields, being, mental body, emotional body, spiritual body, all the way out now, clearing away all of those outmoded belief systems in the mental body. Feeling now the energy of the emotions that come from the mental body and the beliefs. And then breathing out any blockages to spirit that you may have in your spiritual body. Allowing the fire to go where it needs to go. And now you are expanding. You're a beautiful flame yourself. more like a bonfire, actually. And now you take a moment to call on the gifts and the blessings of the violet flame, and you call that all channels, ley lines, dragon lines, for them to be unblocked and cleared. Any distortions, any densities, anything that may be standing in between you and your highest outcomes with people, places, and situations. Breathe in the fire and exhale and visualize all the fire following all those channels now, clearing and burning. And you can see it just moving all the way across the world, through countries, through seas, through lands. And if you wish to take it any further, clear the lines with the violet flame all the way out to the multiverse, the universe, to your star beings, brothers and sisters. Take it out further. And feel the expansiveness that comes with that. And now, allowing that energy to find its way. You now come back into the center, feeling a deep sense of oneness as you've expanded, as above, so below, so within, so without. Now you come back to the vision of your physical being, for you are a light being incarnate, are you not? And now focusing on your heart, start to take some breaths back into your heart. And as you inhale, I wish you to exhale down through your cord, all the way down through your root. Send it all the way down through your Earth Star chakra, all the way down until it finds its way all the way down to Gaia. And as you follow your cord, it is not just an energy of Gaia you see here. You see Gaia herself. And as you follow the line of your cord, she is holding your cord. And she is actually a physical manifestation of a beautiful goddess that stands before you. Her dresses, they just flow like the seas of the planet. Her hair flows like the rivers and streams. Her eyes are so deeply blue that you get lost in them, infinite oceans. And her heart, well, her heart is like thousands, millions of forests, deep, green, lush, expansive. And she smiles at you and she's holding your cord. And as she locks eyes with you, she gently places your cord now into her heart. Feel an ignition of energy that rushes from her all the way through you, up your cord, into your heart, into your physical being, into all of the energy fields. And it's almost like you anchor it in now. You lock in the physical aspects of what it is to be divine in physical form here upon Gaia. So much love is exchanged between you and her. You're very well aware that around you as well, connection to the angelic realm. Archangel Michael is always flying around you with his beautiful royal blue energy and his legions of light. Now, all of a sudden, you know that you were never, ever on your own. You are always protected. You are always loved, always held. This practice that I am sharing with you now just helps you become aware so you can acknowledge, which ignites and activates that protection, that love, that being held. It is important that you acknowledge that so you can feel it and embody it. And Archangel Michael is just standing behind you now with his wings outstretched, and you feel a deep sense of him having your back. Because let's face it, that's where a lot of the stuff comes in, from behind, from places we can't see. But Archangel Michael has your back, and so does his legions of light. And of course, so does Anubis. And now we bring Anubis in, for he is already standing there behind you, towering above you, along there with Archangel Michael, and he smiles. And now we acknowledge Sekhmet, who stands before you, her eyes glistening and flickering along with her tail, and she gently growls and then roars to let you know that she is holding your space always. Looking to your left now, Wadjet, she moves around, the powerful serpent snake energy that she, protector of you, protector of the sovereign. And to your right is her sister, Nekbet, the vulture goddess with the beautiful expanded wings, again protects the sovereign. And now you bring your focus back to who you are in this incarnation, who you look like, what your physical being an example of this looks like. And you are embodying all these superpowers. You are connected to all of these beings, for you are all one. You are protected. You are grounded. You are held and supported. So I invite you to work with just maybe one or all of these things every morning. Taking a nice big deep breath in now. Inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. So I'm going to speak less and leave you in the stillness and the silence. So there we go, people. You should be ready to start your day now. Love and blessings.